So first, I will just talk about QPPV's key oversight responsibilities, and then I will I'll take you through the basic QPPV roles, irrespective of whichever country we are working. So these are the basic which applies to a QPPV role, irrespective of whether they are in Saudi, EU, UK, or US, irrespective. So what are they? They are basically to organizational authority. So the QPPV must have sufficient organizational authority to influence the pharmacovigilance process. They should be responsible, the personnel, the budget, the systems to be used. All these decisions need to be taken by the QPPV. And that can be taken by the QPPV if they have sufficient organizational authority to perform this responsibility. So that's the foundational requirement of QPPV job. It is so important because then there is a guarantee that the QPPV will be able to influence the PV system for effective performance and also for compliance. So it is extremely important for organizations to understand the role of QPPV and provide the necessary authority for them to take the role and handle it as per requirement. The second is continuous safety overview. Now, the authority is one thing. The second thing becomes the responsibility. So the QPPV is accountable for maintaining an overview of the product safety profile. So it is the responsibility, whole and soul, the QPPV's overall responsibility to maintain an overview of all the product safety profile and then identify the benefit and risk ratio and balance it out and communicate all the emerging safety concerns globally. So this becomes the second foundational requirement. But if you see, one is about the authority which you get. The second is about the duty which you need to perform. So what is the second important role is that importance is that you need to, as a QPPV, you need to balance both. You need to have the authority to take decisions. You also need to have an overview based on which you can take decisions. So you need to have a complete overview of all the products which are out in the market. If there are, say, 15 markets, then you need, as a QPPV, central QPPV, you need to have an overview of all the 15 markets, which are the products in those markets. What is the safety profile? How is the safety reporting happening? And what are the safety concerns which are emerging out for each product? So that's a huge responsibility. And that's the responsibility of the QPPV. Now I'm just going to take you through different authority requirements. So there's the EU, there's the SFDA, and there's the MHRA. And I'm just going to touch three of them. So EU covers all the European countries, and they have a central system accountability. So EU system establishment and maintenance. So what happens is, in EU, there is a central EU system, and that system is, and the QPPV is responsible for the establishment, operation, and quality of that centralized PV system, quality of the information which goes into the centralized system. Right? Am I confusing?
Not confusing.
Okay. Okay. So then the second part is PSMF. Now, before I take you to PSMF, I hope you would know that PSMF is a pharmacovigilance system master file, which is prepared under the guidance of the QPPV, and this pharmacovigilance system master file contains all the processes, all the requirements, and all the systems based on which the pharmacovigilance setup is handled within the organization. So everything which is related to pharmacovigilance within the organization will be available in this PSMF. Information about it will be available in this PSMF, Pharmacovigilance System Master File. So QPPV is accountable for the Pharmacovigilance System Master File to be up to date. It has to be up to date all the time. It should reflect accurately whatever is happening within the organization with the products all the time, and it should be available for an inspection. So every time an inspector walks into an organization, the first document they look at, or the first file they want to see, is a pharmacovigilance system master file. It has to have everything, including the organogram, the systems which are being used to collect, the countries where you are selling your products, the number of products which you are selling in each country, and then it should have all the IT systems which you are using for all this collection and reporting, all the partners with whom you are working for pharmacovigilance, and then it should also have all the audits which you are performing, all the findings which you are giving, all the deviations which you have done for the pharmacovigilance system. It should have everything about pharmacovigilance of the organization should be there in this PSMF, and it has to have up-to-date information, so it can never be obsolete. It has to. And an inspector reviews this pharmacovigilance system master file very thoroughly. And then the third responsibility, which EU QPPV expects, is 24/7 regulatory contact. So as a requirement, the QPPV is the primary 24/7 point of contact for European Medical Agency, EMEA, and all the national competent authorities which come under EU regulations for safety matters. So anything happening around across any of these countries, they have to be able to reach out to the QPPV within 24 hours. And it's the same with the QPPV. The QPPV will have to reach out to the authorities within 24 hours in case they have a emergency safety information.